Hey guys, it's Tibbs from Purple Newbie Juice. I have a pretty disappointing news for myself anyways. I got home and I found out that all the footage I had taken today was all never even recorded. I hit the on one touch record button and I must have touched it again. It was a 1 second 1 second video, so I have to make do. I'll bring you down there. It's called the Restore. I'll bring you down there another time. But at a tax sale I went to a while back, the guy was closing out. It was the end of the day, the end of the weekend. And he had this really nice hutch that you can partially see here anyways. It's a name brand. I can't remember what it is because it was like a month ago. But he was selling everything at a stag sale for $1 at that point, and just to get rid of it. And he said, "Oh, I'll sell you that hutch real cheap." And I asked him, "What, $1?" And he turned around and said, $5. And it's all dovetailed and it's made really nice. But he said, "No, how about 5?" And I gave him $10 for it. It's going to be for my daughter for once she gets her side done. It's a really nice hutch. I wouldn't mind keeping it myself, but she's starting off fresh. So anyways, we're going to resort to what I have on hand, what I've done, some of the stuff you haven't seen tag sailing. Now, that same guy actually had all these DVDs, that box and this box, and there was 225 of them. And he gave them to me for $3, and I said, "Well, here's 6." I mean, you know, I'm not in the market for DVDs, but you know what? I won't have to worry about buying any for a long time, a real long time. And he also didn't charge me for this Sony receiver, which is beautiful. The thing cranks. It's definitely at least 100-watt output. And there's a TIAC dual tape deck, which I got rid of all my tape decks a long time ago. Or my tapes a long time ago. So I mean, they were both free. They both work excellent. These little Sony speakers crank. They're not the ones that went with the unit, but that which leads me on to the estate sale I went to a couple weeks after that, and I picked up this Technique speaker, and that speaker over there was in the garage. And I go, "How much you want for them?" And they said, "Well, it goes with the stereo system we have inside the house." I'm like, "Oh boy." Once again, not in the market for a stereo system. But they had a $28 price tag on both speakers and 6 or 8 CD changer. The Techniques turntable, and I believe, or it's a Techniques receiver and a Techniques turntable, which I do have a turntable without the belt, so actually I can use that turntable because I do have some albums still left. But for $20, I couldn't say no. I was basically buying the speakers, which I thought they were at least 100-watt speakers, and they're, I think, only 35, so they're nothing great, but they sound good. I did go to a tag sale today and Thursday, which normally is my Friday finds, which I came across this Porter and Cable 135 psi, brand new condition. I mean, it is pretty brand new. It still has the zip tie on it from the information. The guy had 45 on it. I got it for 40. In this Husky tool bag. I got one earlier in the year for myself, but I threw a pillow in there just to keep it open. But this thing's nice, heavy duty. It's got some zip pouches in it. He had $5 on it, and I couldn't say no. And on the inside were these gloves that were marked $2. They have these upholstery needles, some other kind of bag here, and whatever the heck this is had $1 on it. So it wasn't unintentional, but I guess that was thrown in. And to get to the restore, I had gone there the other day with my daughter, and this is the find of the century as far as I'm concerned. This table here is a Mueller, made in Mexico. Coffee table, and it's all stone and brass. I believe the outer rims are some kind of lace agate of some sort, and I believe what I remember reading or looking up that this is some kind of onyx, Mexican onyx of sort, and it's extremely heavy, beautifully made. The solid brass legs on it are unique to Mueller. And it wasn't priced, and I was hanging around waiting for my daughter to get done, and she finally put a price tag on it, and there were a bunch of guys sitting around that worked there because on the furniture around it saying how nice of a table it was and this and that, and my daughter overheard them talking, and she put $79.95 on it for a price tag. And they're saying, oh, don't sell it that much, it's not going to sell, it's not going to sell. She ended up walking up to me and telling me how much she put on it, and I ended up grabbing it from her. No problem. Crap, she can't even buy a pressboard coffee table for that much. Well, I looked it up online, and I found one that's very similar to this. Used was $1,600. $1,600. And I found another one, actually the same one that I looked up that was close to it. 20% off was over $4,000. Now, I'm not saying this one is worth $4,000 or $4,200 like they had on the sale item, but it's definitely worth a lot of money. And I did buy it to resell. I'm looking to get a new metal detector, and this just might be the ticket. But anyways, we got the Husky bag for $5 with these little items in it, which was unintentional, plus, and the puller and cable compressor. Like I said, these are all old finds I picked up. You saw the videos for those, I'm sure. And now I'm going to show you what I did pick up today at the Restore. And this is, they had a 60 to 75% off certain ticketed items. There's damage here. It probably had old wooden casters on it. These are just junk, and it doesn't look like much in there. The old hardware, there's some terrible repairs on it. It's a real heavy duty quarter sawn oak, a bureau of a sort. I just love it, the quarter sawn oak. So I wish I had somebody to help me get it out so I could show you a better picture of it. But we are going to restore this, and I'm going to take anyone along that wants to watch as I do it, and up until the final product. And as you can see, there's some really bad attempts at strengthening it up. So, you know, it has some work to it, but something I'm going to enjoy doing. And if you can see like this tiger look to the quarter sawn oak, it's going to be absolutely beautiful when it's done. So anyways, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for Friday Finds for tomorrow, and we'll catch you later, YouTube.